Hi, it's David here with Futures Trading. I want to balance out the video that I did on yesterday. There may be some of you who are unable to track this market, and I do not want you to be without the information that you need. And so that's this video that I did on yesterday here. Here's one you can definitely take a look at. It's a safe place to learn. Okay, I want to make sure that you understand that. This is a must watch list so you can get the ranges, and you'll see that on the chart as well as the trend and the no touch price action method. Now, should it not go, should the market not want to go, you can check out the chop versus trend, and that'll help you understand what's happening there. I will emphasize this just a bit to stay in your trend psychology. It's important that you know it can keep going. And of course, the market momentum, sometimes the momentum come in and leave, and you can know what that looks like when I, of course, took the trades here. You can take a look at how I was able to do that back and forth, in and out, and knowing that the market should go or not go. You can take a look at that information there. Now, in this video, I actually called the NQ. If you viewing this for the first time, I called the 860 in this video for that day on I think it was that Friday or whatever. And they fell from that price level and haven't been back up there yet. Now here's the universal price action trend as well as the method. These videos are in real time, and definitely this list here, because I try to show you that universal price action method over and over and over again. Now you can use whatever you like, trend lines, moving averages, order flow, whatever it is that you like to use with your trading. I just want you to know if you win, it's this. That's all. And so if you strip away that information, because that's all it's providing you, you're going to find that it's just this. That's all it is. All right. So now let's take a look at it. The trading guide give you some more price action methods as well as some other information. You can learn a little bit about the RSI if you want to use the RSI if you want. I try to throw that in there for people that like oscillators. And of course, there's only two candlesticks. You can kind of take a look at that. And then there's the psychology. I actually have a live trading section for you too, as well. I try to put a little bit of this information up here. I trade my business account, PA accounts, I pass prop accounts. I try to do all of that. I got 1,000 ticks on this one here. If you want to take a look at that, I did 1,000 ticks on that trade. And here's some more psychology for you to try to help you out mentally. Now, if you want to become a professional full-time trader, you're going to want to learn some aspects and skills. If you don't want to just make money, this is a section here that should help you. I did a video that you guys really like. You can take a look at this information here. This is how to spot someone that's not a full-time professional trader. And of course, here's some aspects to become one. All right, so you can take a look at that information there. Now, I changed the title to this, well, I'm sorry, the description just a bit, because this is going into another aspect of what it is that, of course, I've been contacted about. Now, knowing days and hours in advance where price should close would change how you trade. Really important stuff. I did a video on this a week ago. So a week ago, I did a succession of videos about this and gave you a floor and kind of gave you the outlook on that. Now you can take a look at that final video if you want, but if you really want to entertain yourself via, each process, you can go right through each one of them. Now this is the video I shot on yesterday, and again, this one will balance this out, but I wanted to do at least a 12-hour window. And so for here, I came back after putting it on Twitter, or X, if you will. I put it up there at 746, but I actually snapped the chart at 744, and that was on yesterday, and price was here. And I'm gonna give you a chance to take a look at what that looks like. But we're going to balance out this. And I came back 12 hours later and showed you what that chart looked like. Now, this is the next day. And so I want to put a video to balance this out about what it looked like the next day. Because remember, I'm saying here, knowing days or hours in advance where price should close would change how you trade. It just depends on when you, I guess, approach the market. So if you're getting up in that morning, you can know within that day. And now if you're going about your day and you're just getting off work, and of course, the day is about to end, you still can know where that price set within hours. All right. So just want to let you know what that looks like. So now let's keep that in mind. But before doing so, here's a couple words I want you to know that's important. And I touched on this yesterday, but let me do it just real quickly again. Majority is more than half of the total. Now, if the total number of traders is failing is 90%, then how the majority is teaching it? All right. So more than half. And so if a mentor, and this is the problem, a mentor is someone who's teaching or gives advice, gives help and advice. Give help and advice. And is a conjunction that pull both words together. And so if the advice is canceling out the help, then you don't have a mentor. Now that's all I can say about that. Now here's the really important part that I want you to understand about trends. It's this. Now you can read the definition in its entirety. It's totally up to you. But from the past through the present into the future. So the past is your trend. The through the present is you trying to take your entry, and they often try to get rid of you before it becomes the future. So now let's take a look at that information here. All right. So this is the information, of course, that I put on Twitter. So there's the chart side by side. All right. Now let's take a look at this information moving forward. All right, so they hit that price level, and of course, I knew that that price level was important long before this stuff happened over here. Now, even if you wanted to go at that, I know there's some people that may be, you know, looking at it and say, "Well, your turn from there should bounce," but there's a lot of prices from where it stopped at to up here and even higher. So how is it that I'm able to tell you that it's this specific price level? That's what I do. Now, of course, if I gave you the floor, there is a ceiling to everything. Now, here's the end of day. They never close back above there by the end of day. Here's today coming right back to that price level and not the ones that's below it. All right. So not all of these down here, they're not doing that. All right. So now right back into that price level. And then let's take a look at this information on the price action chart. All right. So let's take a look at that information here. All right, now here's the information where it started yesterday. Now, uh, there's the price action method. All right, so here's the price action method. Let me go over this so you'll know what you're looking at. That's the range. Here's the price action method. And here's the trend. It's going down. All right, so if you're going down, let's do the down because it's down. The mid is below the low, and the low is above the mid, whichever way you understand it. No close is here with the NC, and there's the hard stop. That's the go down. Now, if you're going up, it's the opposite. Just flip it upside down. The mid is above the high, and the high is below the mid. There's the no close bar, the NC, and then there's the hard stop with the level and the colored bar. So now, when you look at the chart, you'll kind of just see that price action setup being played out over and over and over again. And so put whatever you want around it. It's totally up to you. Now, that's that price level here. That's the price level here. Now, here's your trend. You can count your trend. I'm not going to go into all of that, but they always offer you the trend distance. So your income is in what they did in the past. Okay. Okay. That's what I want you to know from, through, and into. So you got to be able to, just gauge what that trend is because before something can become trending, it needs a trend. It has to have a trend. So they came down to that price level, the mid and the open of the second bar higher, or the open and the mid of the second one lower is important. But what's really, really important is that mid. All right. Now, there's several reasons a market can reverse. I'm only telling the public two of them. And so this is important. The mid, make sure you pay attention to that. So here's all of those trend distances being made. And there's places where I took and made the line for the trend, but they never offered the trend distance. So you won't see, of course, that being played out. But if there's a trend, they should give you the trend distance for the most part because they're telling you how much you're going to make. Now, here I wasn't able to mark that trend, but they did go to trend distance. All right. So, and they're going to offer it to you more often than not. Again, you want to go with them. You want to go with them. You're not going to be able to go into anyone's store and take out of the register and walk out with no problem. I can assure you won't be able to get that done. So go with them. If they're willing to offer you the money and telling you what you're going to make, they're telling you what you're going to make, and try to go with them if at all possible. Just go with them. All right. It's really important that you understand that. So they made a trend back up here. I forgot to mark it there too. I kind of got tired of marking up the chart, but then they offered you the trend distance. I kind of projected that turn forward for you so you can see it. Now they're offering you your income. There's your income, and there you have it. So now let's take a look at the end of the day. What did they do? Clearly they didn't close. We saw that, but I want you to see it here. Okay, so by the end of the day, they never made it back down to that price level. Now this is the overnight range here. And that's what I released to the public. You're more than welcome to help yourself to it, and I'll show you where it's at. So that's this morning's range. Again, I try to give away, something that can get you consistent at least. There's that price level there. They stopped at that price level, not anything below it. All right. And so then they came back, and that's the open and the mid. Now, the mid is the little black marker on the bar. They came down, and you can tell off of the open how they responded for several bars. And then, of course, they closed beneath it, but they never closed beneath the mid. All right. So they never closed beneath the mid. So there's some other information for you. And of course, they've been up from that move into right now. So if you want to benefit from that information, You can see whether or not they'll close back beneath this price level today. That's totally up to you. I'm not going to advise you in any particular way. But I just wanted to give you a chance to look at, again, my services and what it is that I do because I'm a professional and I've been doing this for many years. Knowing days or hours in advance where price should close would change how you trade. Something really, really important to know. And so, hopefully, if you are new to trading, this information right here, this information right here, you'll find very much sensible. It makes sense. If they're going to start trending, it should be a trend. And it's not defined by moving averages, trend lines, chalk, and all that other stuff. It's not defined by that. It's about price and time. That's all it is. Okay. And so once the trend is set, they should offer you the same thing that they're willing to make themselves. So the market's turning, is turning to go a particular direction that deals with this. Okay, that deals with this. So I wish you all the best with your trading. Take care.